Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with the man, myth, the legend, Matt, the mortgage guy. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing probably better than you. Every day Saturday for me, and probably every day feels like Monday for you.
Stressed? Do I look stressed?
No, I don't. I just got to ask. I mean, what did rates do? Like, was yesterday a bloodbath? Was it today? What?
It was yesterday. Yesterday was the bloodbath. What was the guy's name that made all those hawkish comments?
Oh, it was Brainerd. It was
Brainerd. Yeah.
Brainerd.
It was. I think it ended up being something like 80 or 90 basis points yesterday,
which is nuts.
On some lenders, yeah, it's a quarter in interest rate. The crazy part is that as we're recording this, like, the Fed minutes haven't come out. It's Wednesday morning before that.
Yep.
We opened like nasty, like 40 or 50 basis points worse. And then in the first few hours, we've got it back. So I don't know. I'm busy doing loans. I don't know what's going on, what's causing this, but I know that there's going to be those Fed minutes that come out this afternoon, and that is going to be something that could be market moving. So we'll see. As I'm looking at right now, the 10-year Treasury is at 260. So
it was nice 266 this morning, I think.
Yeah, it might have got up to 264 somewhere in there, but whatever the case, the upward trajectory of rates is going to continue. Right there, everything points in that direction. So as rates move up and buyers become more sensitive to that, it's going to be an interesting market. I mean, I don't remember where we started this or if this is part of the conversation, but it's an interesting thing nonetheless. It takes a bit before like buyer sentiment changes,
correct,
or things change. I can tell you in the last week, Mike, that I've heard from more buyers and I've heard from more agents. I had talked to an agent yesterday that told me, yeah, I put something on last week and it was kind of crickets. And I was like, oh shit. Well, maybe, the folks I've talked to that are like, oh man, like on the fence now because of rates or whatever the case may be, right? Like the impact of the higher interest rates we knew would eventually happen. And like, demand isn't going to like go away, but it's going to come down. It has to. I think we're starting to see it. I really think we are.
Oh, there is no questions. One of the beauties of having a YouTube channel is I get comments from around the world and around the United States, in Canada and New Zealand and all these other markets. Higher rates are having an impact already. Clearly, there are some markets where people keep screaming, not my market, not my market. My answer is just wait. Interest rates, cost of capital affects everyone. It's coming. And as we talked about last week, we did a supply destruction. I actually think supply is going to sneak up and surprise people and be destroyed just as much as demand, which will have a very interesting impact on price. Because if you take supply down and demand down, it's still an imbalance. It's just going to be a wild year.
Yeah. Do you track days on market in your markets?
In my buy box, even.
Yes. Yeah. Because that will be something to look out for, right? Where
exactly. It's not. See, that's what you just asked is the number one indicator. Because for a long time, people think it's inventory, right? Inventory's got to go up. I don't know that inventory is going to move much because demand and supply are destroyed. Days on market really could jump. Days on market could jump.
Right. Yeah. Which will be good for many.
Yeah.
Right. Days on market double in Sacramento and we go from 17 to 34. That's good. That's good for all the folks I got pre-approved.
Yeah. By the way, what that means is you actually have some motivated sellers.
Right. And like it, some things are too easy to call where you shouldn't even take credit for it. Right. Me and you sometimes are like, this can happen. I can already tell you that there's sellers that are going to be looking at the news from February when they list in May and be like, I can price it at any price I want. And they're going to come just beating down my door because I saw all the, memes online with 700 people standing outside of an open house. That was February, sweetheart. You can't do that in May, right? And so they're going to price it in a crazy number and they're going to be like, well, gosh, why is it not selling within 9 seconds, right? And so then comes a price reduction and then, take it for what you will. Like if they were, more aware of what's going on immediately in the market and had an agent who could say, hey, listen, right? Like you could have listed at 695 then, Right now, you're going to have to list at 649. There's more inventory on the market. Stuff is staying on the market a little bit longer. Let's price here to get you sold quick because you want to move to Tennessee. They'll miss that friggin' memo, right? Unless they have a great agent. They'll list at 695 and sit and wonder why.
Yeah. Yeah, this is all coming, right? Consumers are weird, right? They move in mass, but everybody makes their own decision. And what this is going to happen, people are going to come out those nutty prices because they remember February. And then one or two things are happening. A, they could have a price reduction, or B, they're going to yell at their agent, take it off the market and say, you don't understand. You didn't do this. You didn't do, and they're going to stay put.
Right. Right.
It's just going to be weird. But I want to talk about the mortgage industry because, again, I think everybody talks about a real estate market. I've been doing this so long. I actually follow the lending market because I think the lending market leads real estate. Not many people realize that. I believe the lending market right now, because the industry is starving, right? Everybody was great white sharks feasting on whales of refi. That business is done. There's nothing left. I suspect what's going on in the industry is you're going to have more interesting loan products. We talked about traditional lenders going a little non-QM. I'm going to guess credit scores go down, down payments down. We're also going to have some operators be misleading, right? I think the mortgage industry is going to be interesting. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're seeing it. And, I have a unique seat as a mortgage broker, 40 plus wholesale lenders I could, broker to. So on any given day, this company's doing that company's doing this. Like you said, when the big players are coming out with non-QM, it's a sign, business is down, bring us that stuff as well. And I've seen credit score requirements go down. Some of the lenders that were the strictest, 640 plus on conventional, are saying 620. Some, more and more lenders are coming out with jumbo ARM products as they see like home prices are higher. The jumbo market is a place that we can play in. Let's do ARMs. Let's try to compete there. ARM business has actually gone up quite a bit, I think,
I was going to ask that. One of the things that I feel good about the mortgage market today, or actually I should say the real estate market, rough and tough, 97% fixed, 3% adjustable. Is that changing? Are adjustables going up?
Yes, for sure. I saw a stat somewhere. Sorry, Mike.
Damn it. That's not good, folks.
I felt that when I felt your chest tightness as you leaned back. Well, the thing about it is I actually put out a video yesterday where it's based on real life conversations I'm having. And so like I talked to somebody who's financially savvy, who understands, finance and their budget and everything. And they're looking at it saying, I'm buying at 2.2, I'm putting 20% down. If I can get a 7 or a 10-year ARM, a full percent lower than I can get a 30-year fixed, that's $1,000 a month they're saving.
So let me just say that again. 2.2 means 2.2 million purchase. They're putting down 20% or 440 grand. They're borrowing 176.
Correct.
And they're going to get a 7-1 ARM or whatever.
Yeah. Like a 7.6 or a 10.6 where it's fixed for 7 or fixed for 10, then adjusts every 6. And, as much as the word ARM is scary, I look at it, I can see both sides, but like a 10-year fixed, you might as well be, as long as you're not in a position. And here's what I tell folks, some people I talk to, and I know I don't have to tell them this, like, not only like, do you have a game plan for how long you're going to stay in this home or how you're going to refinance out of it, but you've got to prepare for, you don't know what lending guidelines look like in 7 to 10 years.
Exactly.
Right. And so like, you got to have really stable footing, so somebody who's really financially stable, like so stable that maybe it's like, oh, I owe 1.2 in 10 years from now, I'm going to be in a position where if this loan goes crazy, I'll pay it off with stuff from over here or something to that effect. Right. Most of them have a refinance, out, but having it fixed for 10 years, I mean, decades is a long time. From the commercial side that's, par for the course to have a 5-year,
Sure.
fixed. You just have to know what you're going to do, when that time comes.
So again, my opinion only. If you're in a financial position where you would be comfortable cutting a check for half the loan balance at the point of refi at the 7-year mark, because rates went to 12. I'm not saying they're going to 12%. I'm just saying if they do go to 12%, you could write a check for 800 grand to whack the loan in half and then refi. Okay, fine. You're financially savvy enough. Your pool's deep enough. Do what you want. That is not most people. Most people are looking to buy their first home on a 5-1, and the only reason they're doing an ARM is because they can't do 30-year fixed.
Well, I'll give you some good news.
Okay.
And this is as of today. Who knows what next month or next quarter is going to bring, right?
Yeah.
Most of these ARM products require 20% down.
Okay.
So we're not talking about your 3 and 5% down guys.
Whew, thank God. Okay.
And truth be told, there's still not a big enough spread on the conforming stuff where ARMs make a lot of sense.
Yes.
But really the only place I'm seeing it is the jumbo space. Okay. Like I said, next month, next quarter, Mike, I don't know. I can't guarantee anything, but
if we have ARMs with 3.5% down, I'm going to lose my mind.
3.5% down jumbo ARMs. And when somebody qualifies for a mortgage with an ARM, it's actually stricter than a 30-year fixed, because they've got to qualify off that, higher rate, not just the ARM rate. So, it's not like we're going out there and doing 228s and stated income type stuff, right?
Not yet.
I keep telling you, man, I can only tell you what's going on today. I can't guarantee next week or next month, because and to your point, there's going to be companies that do a number of things. One is more products, a little bit of flexibility on credit guidelines and whatnot. The other thing that people need to be aware of and concerned and looking out for as a consumer is they're going to get more aggressive, right?
Yes.
Like aggressive tactics, aggressive in how they present, aggressive in how they sell. That is not the type of person you want to talk to. I warn against this. I talk to people I'm talking to enough people to where like I get a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. I get, this lender told me I don't need to do a verification of employment and calculate my income. They just said I'm good. Well, good luck to you there. Best of luck to you. Oh, my dad found this lender online who says they can do this. Best of luck to you as well. Call me in 3 weeks when that falls apart, And so I know what's going on. And what I'm telling people, like the conversation I had this morning, I know what happens in some of these circumstances because I follow up and I put a note in my system. Let's see where this one goes. I just want to have it as market research. I'm not like told you so or whatnot, but I just want to know when these promises seem too good to be true, or it's smoke and mirrors, that I'm right, and that I can warn people in the future to look out for this.
Yeah. What I would tell somebody is if you're getting generally speaking, when you're being hard sold. If you don't, let me give you some examples. If somebody is coming to you talking about taking your 30-year money, which is at 3%, and they're getting you thinking about your 16% credit card, or getting you to dream about a pool or something else, you are being sold. Hang up. I give you permission to hang up. That is not who you want on your side. Yes, there are situations where somebody has a 3% mortgage and you have to refi. Got to pay for your kid's college. Got to do health, whatever. But if you're being sold promises and visions and nonsense, hang up. This is not, I get called because I have a couple of mortgages. I get called almost every day. And I actually take the time to talk to someone. Some of these people are worse than used car salesmen, boiler room. They are unethical, borderline illegal, in my opinion.
Right.
It's bad.
Yeah. So, and this is the thing that we're talking about is this is going to start being something that's coming from like leadership and down. Like leadership is like, hey, loans are down. What can we do? Right. And they're going to give directives. And I've seen it where, like, another example of what to run from. We need a deposit from you to lock your loan. Never, ever, ever would any, mortgage broker or lender I know do something like that. But I've heard of that. Like, we can't lock your loan. And so like, we need credit card information. We're going to charge that $1,000 just so we can lock your loan. Don't worry, it's going to go towards closing. That's a hook.
Yeah, they're trying to get you pregnant. They're trying to keep you committed. Yeah. Yeah. Run again, folks. We are trying to give you signs to run away. If you have one of your mortgage brokers ask you for $1,000, I don't know, deposit or whatnot, early payment, run, hang up.
Yeah. There's going to be stuff out there, and I'm happy to. I tell people, come 3 p.m. Pacific, Matt the Mortgage Guy on YouTube live. I'll answer all your questions live. These are the types of things that I love to hear.
What day
feedback from the public. Mondays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Matt the Mortgage Guy on YouTube. I just do a live Q&A, and I try to answer every single question that comes across. Ping me and the team. You can do it that way. Through greatmortgagebroker.com. But whatever the case, like, I ask people to bring me stuff, so I probably get to see more of it than your average Joe. And it's borderline predatory. There's gonna be companies that are coming after your equity, and they've got, something that sounds really good, right? No payments, no credit check. I'm just gonna send you a check for $80,000, Mike, because you've got all this equity. You've worked hard for this equity. Well, yeah, you've worked hard for it. Don't just go out and sign 27% of it to some random company because they make it easy for you to pull it out. That's something that my production manager and I were talking about. We're like, if it seems too easy or it seems too good, that's a sign you're in trouble, right? Like, you get an $80,000 check and you're excited, and then you realize when you contact us, and I'm like, holy crap, you realize your home has gone up $225,000 in value. This company, for that $80,000 that they gave you, you now owe them $192. Yeah. Like, that's gnarly.
Folks, the market is changing. We talked about in video 1. It's starting. The other thing is bad actors show their color in this environment. So we're giving you plenty of warning signs to run, hang up. Matt the Mortgage Guy is part of One Rental at a Time on purpose every Wednesday, because he is the real deal. If you want somebody to look at what you've been quoted, or you want to work with someone that'll take care of you, how do you want them to reach out?
Go to greatmortgagebroker.com, or find me on social, on YouTube, on Instagram, anywhere. Ping me, instant message. I try to check as much of that as possible, and I get the stuff in all areas, really. If it sounds wild, I'm going to give you my honest opinion. Gosh, what did I see recently? I saw somebody who the broker got an early payoff because something happened to where this house had some past history the client didn't know about. So somebody sold the house 4 months after refinancing it.
Okay.
Sucks, but the broker's on the hook. The broker's got to pay back the commission they made on that loan.
Okay.
I've had it happen to me. Any broker who does any amount of business had it happen to them. I pay it, right?
Yeah.
The commission I made 4 months ago, I give it back to the lender.
Yep.
This lender was sending a letter from their legal counsel to the borrower saying, you owe me $10,900 for that loan I did for you 4 months ago, because it had an early payoff. It looked official. And the borrower asked me, and I said, no, that's not you. It sucks for the broker. I feel bad for the broker, but that's the cost of doing business.
Yeah.
You don't pass it on consumer, especially when the consumer had good reason to sell, right? There was some facts that weren't disclosed about the home and whatnot, life event, whatnot. So anyhow, this is going to be the year where some funny actors do funny things. Get a second opinion.
Yeah, get a second opinion. Work with people you trust that have great reputations. One Rental at a Time fans know you've created content for the course. You're there for us all the time. I tag you in the private Facebook group. Thank you. Keep it up. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. Thanks, Mike.